I've seen a big red follow my lure up. Let's see, let me see if I can get him to hit it again. He's sitting right here, I think. Yep, there. What is that? Is that a red? Yeah, that's him. He came back and hit it. Awesome. I seen him sitting right there. Oh my God. That is a huge snook. I think he's got it. Got him. Oh. Oh yeah. This is a nice one. Come on. Get some ground on him. There we go. That's a nice trout right there. Holy cow, look at this thing. We're gonna measure him up. That trout tickle right there, man. That color. I just got a slam on that color today, guys. That doesn't say something. Oh, that's a tarpon. What's up, guys? Chris from One More Cast. So came out to Placida again today. I'm actually going to fish a brand new spot I've never fished before. I was looking at it on the maps. Got some nice drops off. We got some nice shallow areas, and it's got a lot of wind protection whenever we get over there. On the way over right now, we got a northeast wind, so it's actually blowing right here at my side, and it's pretty windy. But I'm out here with Rick today. He's joining me. Yeah, we decided to come out today, see what we can get into. It was about 64 degrees when I left my house this morning. I think it was about 68 degrees whenever I launched my kayak. So we're gonna get out here today and try to find some fish. I'm trolling a paddle tail right now. Try to get a trout on the way over, and hopefully we can get into some nice fish. Maybe get a slam. I know the snook are probably gonna be a little hard to find today, but should get into some nice trout though. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out here and try to get into some fish. See you guys soon. All right, Rick's already hooked up. I think he's got a nice little trout over there. Oh, see it?
Yeah. Following yours in?
Yeah, he was following it in.
Huh.
Oh, there. Oh, what happened? I wrapped it up or something. I'm caught somewhere. I got fish on too. There it is. There it is. Ladyfish. Come on, throw it. These are some pretty big ladyfish, huh? Yeah, these are some pretty big ladyfish. That's a big old ladyfish. Holy cow. Thing's pretty big. Yeah, another ladyfish. You hooked up? What you got, trout? I'm over here catching ladyfish.
No way, dolphin.
Oh, there's a dolphin right there, huh?
I don't want to play this point. No way.
Alright, so we were actually going to go up and fish around those birds. We didn't know it was just all land over there. We thought it was, we'd be able to drift across it, but it's all land, so it's really shallow over there with him having to pedal drive. So what we're going to do is we're just drifting this right now, letting the wind push us across this flat right here. We're going to fish this deeper area. We're going to drift across that real shallow area, and then get into it. It drops off again to like another channel. We're going to work our way up and get out of the wind, try to fish some of this wind protected area, wait for the sun to come up, wait for the tide to come up a little bit, and we'll move to the flats slowly. So we're crossing this flat right here, and I see Rick start casting, and asked him how deep he was, and he's in 6 feet of water right there. So between me and Rick, he's sitting in 6 feet of water. That's crazy. That's a really big drop off. That's why I came over to this area, because with these cooler waters, with these cooler temperatures and stuff like that, these fish are going to be in drop-offs but close to flats. They don't want to go, they're not swimming, you know, miles away. You know, they're only swimming to really close drop-offs. That way, once it starts to heat up a little bit, they can come back to this area, the shallow area, and feed. So they're not far from where they normally would be. Alright, so I actually came out with a Meridine on, a heavy Dean, but I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. I'm gonna put a 1/4 ounce jig head on so I can fish these deeper spots really slow. And now I'm gonna throw on this 1/4 ounce jig head. And this time of year, I'm not worried about a bunch of action. Everything's moving slow this time of year, so I'm not gonna put a loop knot in this. I'm gonna tie a regular clench knot in it right there. Real strong knot, and that I don't need it too much action this time of year. So we're crossing another shallow area. So it literally goes from like 6 inches to 9 feet, back to about 6 inches, and then out there probably gonna drop off to about 9 or 10 feet again. So we're gonna work our way across this flat. And like I said, we're working on getting our way out of this wind. So once we tuck back up in this area, we should be completely out of the wind. Oh, that's a nice trout. That thing's huge. That might be a 20-inch trout. Oh yeah, that's a monster. That's a big trout right there. That thing's huge. Alright guys, this is a nice trout right here. Boat just went by, so sorry it's shaking around a little bit. Oh, easy buddy. Look at this thing. That's a big old trout. Look at this thing right here. That thing's huge. It's a nice trout right there. Yeah, that's that Z-Man. It's that Beer Run 4-inch jerk shad. It's a 1/4 ounce jig head. I'll go ahead and get this thing out of his mouth. We'll measure him up. Alright, here's another. Look at this beautiful guy. I'm gonna go ahead and measure him. Let's see. Oh yeah, 20 right there. 22.5. This thing right there. Barely 22.5. Yeah, right there, 22 and a half. Nice fish right there, guys. Beautiful fish. There he goes. Beautiful fish. Alright, so this guy right here is jerk shad on a jig head. It's that eye strike 1/4 ounce jig head. It's 4-inch Z-Man jerk shad. This is definitely a go-to. It gets down deep. You can work it nice and slow. I don't know if this imitates a shrimp or some kind of wounded bait fish or what, but it works. Okay, you got another one. That's right where I thought they would be. That's another big one, guys. Holy cow. Well, I know where I'm coming to start bringing home some fish. I'm not bringing one home today, but these are definitely some really nice quality fish. I have to get the pliers. Yeah, I'm not sticking my hand in his mouth. Okay. Put him on the board real quick too. Some biggies. I don't bring home fish over 20 ever. Hang on. So he's, call it 18. There we go. 18-inch trout. Tell you what, guys, I wish I had a pedal drive right about now because this wind's blowing me all over. Might end up having to get out and wade for a while because this wind's pushing me pretty hard. I'm gonna fish it like this for a little bit longer, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up having to wade. That's why I do keep my wading boots on me at all times, because wintertime fishing, I love it. It's real hard for me to fish in the winter out of a kayak. Most of the time I'm wading, just because I don't have pedal drive, so this wind blows me all over. These fish are right where I pretty much expected them to be. Just right on the edge of this, where the shallow, it's really just like a straight drop off almost. And they're hanging out right on the edges of it. There we go. Oh, I got off. Yeah, they're right where I was hoping they'd be. There it is. There's another one. Right in the same spot. This one's not too big. Definitely slot size, it looks like, though. Definitely looks like it's close to slot. No, it's not. I think it's just out of slot. Yeah. Looks like it's probably about 14. I knew today was primarily going to be a trout day. Dang, these things are getting stuck. It's getting hooked right in that hard part of their mouth. There we go, another one. Sun's starting to come out, starting to warm up quite a bit. And I'm just working it real slow. Like, I'm actually gonna have to, I just checked, I'm gonna have to pick up a pack of, there it is. Feels like another trout. I'm gonna have to pick up another pack of 1/4 ounce because this is my last one. So if I lose this one, that's it. This is another nice one. This is another real nice one. Ah, I got some soap. I just cleaned my glasses. Probably got it all over the camera too. Alright, there we go. Just got me soaked. Pliers out today. So that's definitely a slot size trout right there. I'm probably pushing 16 inches. Another trout. It's probably the smallest one I've caught today. Let him out. I want to show you guys exactly what I'm doing with this bait. I want to kind of show you exactly what I'm doing, actually how slow I'm actually working this right now. So I'm trying to land it about 5 feet off of where the water line is. So I'm trying to stay like 3 feet of that slack, and what I'm doing is I'm literally just popping it and I'm letting it sit on the bottom, and then I'm popping it off again. I'm letting it fall and I'm just letting it sit on the bottom for a minute, and that's all I'm doing. I'm working it very, very slow, and then you'll feel it right there. You'll feel him just pick it up and take it. Oh, this guy whacked it hard. We might end up having to take him home. Let's see. Hang on a second, bud. What else is lying there? No, he didn't choke me. But that's all I'm doing is they're picking it off the ground. Let's see. Right there. So yeah, it didn't get in his throat. Thought it did, but yeah, that's another nice trout. And I'm working it very, very slow. Let's see. Just right underneath his tongue, it looks like. It's not deep in his throat, it's just deep in his mouth. Let's see. There it is. Alright. There we go. No blood. No nothing. He's good to go. Yeah, another nice one. That's probably 16, 17. Go ahead and there it goes. And you see he went straight down. He didn't go out, he swam off straight down because they're holding deep. But that's all I'm doing. So when you're wintertime fishing, you're fishing very, very slow. It's not normal where you just pop reel. I'm letting it sit on the bottom and I'm giving it like a 1-2 count. When I feel it hit the bottom, I'm giving it like a 1-2 count. Alright, we're just gonna do that again real quick. Just let it hit on the bottom, and you'll feel them pick it up. They're not really even hitting it on the drop and stuff. They'll pick it up right off the bottom and start swimming away with it. And what I'm doing also is, because the wind is blowing me away from where I'm casting, I'll actually raise my rod tip up and let it drag on the bottom too. But I'm just popping it up and letting it hit the bottom. That's it. I got a bump. I felt it. See, there he is. See? That's all I'm doing. That's a nice one. These are some nice trout, guys. Yeah, I would have already limited out today. Oh look, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but there's another one right here. A bigger one right underneath him. I don't know if y'all can see him or not. See him? Right at his tail almost. See him right there? See him? He's right here. He just seen the boat and took off. So usually if you're with other people and you see them, you could tell them like cast right over by right behind me. It's another one, about 17 inches. Thank you, bud. Another trout. I actually took a shot over there at that that dock for a second. Fishing docks is great. They hold a lot of snooks and stuff like that. I just try to be mindful of fishing docks, just because I know the owners of the docks, they don't really appreciate it too much. Some of them don't really care, but a lot of them, they really get pretty upset whenever you fish their dock. So I try to be mindful of that. You know, I try to respect everybody, but at the same time, most people that own docks and that fish, they understand. I mean, they know a lot of anglers fish docks trying to find snook and fish and stuff like that. So but just figured I'd toss at this one. Looks pretty old. You guys can see down this whole line, all these docks took a huge hit. So that's another reason I'm kind of being iffy on fishing these docks. I don't know what's down there. I don't know if there's any debris down on the edge of these docks or anything. So all right, so the wind's starting to be a little much, so I decided to get out and wade, and Rick just got out and started wading. He got a nice fish over there. So yeah, I decided to get out, start wading, make it a little bit easier to fish, especially for me. He's got that pedal drive, but it's hard for me to stay in one spot right now. The wind's actually, it's shifted more from the east, more to the north now. So yeah, I decided to get out and wade, and it looks like it'll still work, but see some stuff's going around here, and I want to be able to fish it slow. Snook! Yeah, he got another snook, so he's got he's got 2 snook already. All right, got another one right here. Looks like another nice trout. Trout. I forgot that little holster. I was gonna start bringing it with me, so when I'm wade fishing, I can just release the fish right here. But there we go. Another nice trout. There he goes. They blend in so well with the bottom. Oh, that might be a snook. He jumped out the water. Oh, that's a trout. I mean, that's the thing about wintertime fishing. When you find the fish, you find them. I mean, that's another nice one. Yeah, that's another nice one. I mean, Rick's over there. He's been in that one spot, just tearing them up. All right, hang on, buddy. Hang on, buddy. All right. Let me get my pliers for this guy. Barely in there, it's not in there a lot. There we go. Okay. There we go. Another nice trout. So I probably would have already limited out twice. And I know it's just trout, but I mean, when you're out here wade fishing, during these winter months, sometimes it's hard to find any fish at all. You know, last time I was out there, I went to El Jabin. It was hard. I only found like 4 trout all day, 3 or 4 trout, and then a snook. And I'm here now, and I've been out here for maybe an hour and a half, and me and Rick have both probably caught our limit on trout. There's another one. That's the thing, once you find them, you find them. And it's nice getting out here and you're just catching fish. I know it's nice to find the big snook and the big reds, but honestly, this is what it is for me, out here just catching fish. My channel's not about just catching the biggest stuff, but just catching fish. This is a nice one too. We'll put him on the thing, on the board. That's a really nice trout. Holy cow, look at him. These are some nice trout. Probably about 19, 18. Look at that thing, it's beautiful. Trout are such a beautiful fish. Come here, bud. There we go. There we go. We won't put him on the board. He's probably about 17, 18, somewhere in there. Grip on these hooks are getting in and they are not coming out. There we go. Lure down. There we go, another nice trout right there. There it goes. That's another thing I like about these Z-Mans is when they get down in there and you gotta use your pliers and get them out, you can grab that Z-Man with the pliers. I mean, I grabbed the hook right here with the Z-Man and everything. And I mean, look at this thing, it's still holding up. Any other bait, you grab it with pliers while it's in a fish's mouth and they thrash with that bait inside those pliers, you're tearing it up. I don't care what other bait it is, but these Z-Mans, you can grab the bait with the pliers just to get the hook out. So it's another key reason I love using Z-Man. They're just so durable. I mean, that's the main reason right there, is the durability. And the action of them is just amazing too. But I love coming out here and just catching fish. Like I said, this channel is more of a learning channel. It's not about, it's not about catching the biggest, baddest fish. It shows that you'll come out here sometimes and get skunked. You'll come out here sometimes and only catch dinks. You'll come out here sometimes and catch a slam or 2 slams. I mean, I know they make it look super simple to do and say, oh yeah, you can go out in an hour and catch a slam. I mean, yeah, that does happen, but I mean, for the regular angler in a kayak or just wade fishing, that doesn't happen every time. I mean, you figure it's been 3 or 4 trips now that I haven't got a slam. That I've gone out and I've only caught trout and then maybe a snook or just trout. I mean, these past 3 or 4 videos I haven't been able to get the redfish or the snook. So it's just that time of year. But once you figure out the fish in your area, then you'll really start to, that's when the slams start to come back. There we go. There we go. Came back and hit it. That's another nice one. And these fish, they got some weight to them. They definitely got some weight to them. Oh, he's under my boat. There he is. All these fish are beautiful fish. They're very nice sized fish. Alright, let's see if I can get you out without getting pliers. There we go. Another beautiful fish, and they're thick. Yeah, no, I just kind of threw you in there. I should have revived you a little bit. There he goes. Come on, it's like stuck right there. There it goes. Oh, there he goes. They blend in so well at the bottom here. Another trout. This area right here looks prime for like where I'd see a redfish tailing at. Rick's already caught 2 snook down there. Another beautiful trout. These are some nice sized trout, guys. Last time I had trout like this is when I went wade fishing with Donnie. I have to go ahead and get my pliers. I might have to put them in my pocket so I don't have to keep going. Bring my kayak over. go. Go ahead and let him go. Another beautiful trout. Look, he's right there. They blend in so well. You know, a lot of people say, oh, trout, trout, trout. I love catching trout. You know, my son CJ, his favorite fish to catch is trout. I really do enjoy catching trout. They're a fun fish to catch. I mean, it's a beautiful fish. I mean, such a beautiful fish. And I mean, they're just all around fun to catch, especially if you have kids and stuff. I mean, or even get out here and just catch some fish. A lot of people, you know, they really downplay them, but when you hook into a 20-inch trout, they're such a fun fish to catch. Back cast, guys, back to back. I've never fished this spot. I don't know how many trout I've caught already. I've caught so many fish so far. Oh, it's a snook. All right, got a little snook. He came out the water. I thought I seen a yellow mouth. Nice. No, I used my redfish and I got my slam. There we go. Look at that little guy. Got that Z-Man. Little tiny snook. There we go. Ow! He hit my ankle. So I just lost a really nice fish. There's a school mullet or something coming at me. I actually threw that TRD in there. Oh, oh, oh. I think that's a jack. He's running like jack. I'm gonna keep him away from that school mullet. Yeah, that's a jack. Yeah, I want to keep him away from that school mullet. I think that's probably what I lost. I love watching these fish run in shallow water. That's a jack. Little guy. Yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, I just seen something in that school. Alright, there you go. I don't know how well you can see or not, but when we first got out here from this tree line all the way out, even past that buoy that's down there, all that was out of the water. Now it's actually underwater. So the tide's definitely starting to come in like it was supposed to. And like I said, eventually we're gonna work our way back over through all that. And I'm trying to wait because, well, there's a little cut through over here and we're gonna have to see if it's underwater or not. If it's underwater, then we're gonna be able to cut across and fish it the way I wanted to. If not, and it's still out of the water, then we're gonna have to come back down this way. But I don't see us having any issue with getting fish back along here again at all. I was throwing that little TRD around for a little bit, but didn't have any luck with it. Because I think that's gonna be more of a sight fishing bait. And I have to see the fish and throw at it. Or pitch it along mangroves might work good. But yeah, he swallowed that. Go ahead and get my pliers. It's not, like I said, it haven't been in their throats, but they've been hammering it. There's some mullet, school mullet right there. They just see me and took off. They see my shadow and took off. But, come on, bud, stop junk. He won't keep his mouth open. There we go. Nice little trout. It's not a keeper. There he goes. I'm actually about to layer down. It's starting to get hot. So I'm gonna layer down and take off my hoodie. Probably take off my vest because I'm not in my kayak right now. I just usually just leave it on, but I'll go ahead and start layering down a little bit. Alright, so I just got into some like murkier water. It's a little bit murkier. It's not too deep. It's probably about 3 feet over there by those docks. So this part of the channel right here is actually a little bit more shallow. It's a little bit more murky and got the sun out, so I'm gonna throw a spoon around. Let's see if I can get something to hit the spoon. this murkier bottom, this will throw off a nice little flash to it. I can work it slow, work it fast, pretty much work it however I want. See if I can't get anything to hit this. This definitely looks like an area where I'd find some redfish. Your odds. There we go. And catching fish. I think I found my redfish. Part that makes it hard fishing with the kayak. Yeah, it looks like a nice red. The way you hit it, it kind of felt like a red. Through the hook. I was too worried about my dang kayak. Through the hook. That was a nice red though. Let's see if we can get another one. That was too wet. That sucks. Lost the head. I'm gonna go ahead and retie this. I got a nasty wind knot. It's probably because last time I was throwing this, I had, yeah, see, that would have broke. So I'm gonna retie this. I didn't, it was all my fault, the reason this happened. Last time I took this pole fishing, normally when I'm fishing with a spoon, I will cut the spoon off and give the line time to kind of unravel. Well, I didn't do that this time, so I should have, but I didn't. This spot. Really windy though. That's the reason I decided to come over this way, is I can wade all this across here and then get up along these mangroves, get out of the wind, work my way over, and what I'm going to eventually do is just cross and get as close to the mangrove as possible. Snook or a redfish, but he's running behind my kayak again, so I don't want to. It might be a jack though too. Yep, jack. There you go. Yeah, it was a jack. We'll run it along the side of this drop off right here. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. That was a nice hit. There's a stick right here. Let's go over that stick. I want to get past that because that was a really nice hit. So I just had something hit me over here. Let's see if I can get him to hit it again. That drops off nice right there. This area is so nice, guys. Oh, I missed it again. Oh, that's a jack. It's a jack. Get away. I watch him hit. It was a jack. I don't want to. It was a jack. I'm going to wade my way up to this area over here. That might be that jack again. Yeah, he's shaking his head. Yeah, it's his jack. Shaking his head a lot. Is it jack? Oh, it's red. It's a red. I thought it was that jack. It's a red. Not a bad one either. this way. Got him. Woo! Got my slam. Got my slam. I knew this spot over here was gonna pay off. I knew it. Alright. I'm gonna get my boat anchored down real quick. Alright guys, let's get this guy out of the boat and check him out. It's not a monster, but hey, it's definitely a alright. There he is. He's not a monster, but hey, I got him right there. It's awesome. Right there. It's probably only about 19 inches. I'm not going to measure him. Spin out his mouth. Okay, there we go. Alright, one last look. He's got what? One spot there, one spot there. Beautiful fish. There we go. Let me go ahead. There we go. Beautiful fish. There he goes. Swam under my kayak. Took off that way. Alright. Oh, I got my slam. Oh, there he goes. I just seen him swimming around. He's held that way. I knew this spot was going to do good. Guys, this is I've never fished this area. I've never fished this area at all. And it is paying off. Probably caught 15 to 20 trout. I lost count. Got that one snook and that one red. Actually, I lost the red, then I just caught that red. So I'm actually gonna get set back up for wading. I'm gonna wade up to this channel, then I'm gonna start working my way down. But yeah, I think it's funny because I just seen that jack swipe at my spoon. Like, I seen him swipe and I could see very clear that it was a jack. And that redfish hit, and as soon as he hit, he started shaking his head like a jack. But yeah, so far this spot is really paying off. It's really paying off, and there's so many places I can fish in this spot that I come over here and literally fish a different spot of this area every time I come over here. That's how big this area is. How many different spots and like how many different flats and drop-offs there are. And I caught them, you know, right on the edge. Like, slowly, since this water's been coming up, I've slowly been working my lure from out in the deep and working it up into the more shallow areas, you know, following what I think the fish are gonna do. And it's paying off. I mean, lost a red, caught a red, caught all those trout this morning. It all comes down to making a really good game plan. I mean, I usually sit and I'll take, like, you know, about 30 minutes, and I'll sit and I'll just really dissect an area on a map and look at the tides and the wind and seeing how everything's gonna be affected. So it takes some nice planning in order to come out here and find some fish. You can come out here without planning and there it is. That's a jack. I seen him hit it. Shake head, shake head. But it's really hard to come out here with zero planning at all and have a very successful day. Got another jack. Let out some line. Should have brought that holster. That holster would have been excellent for today, because I've been out of my boat more than I've been in my boat. Go, little jack. I've seen a big red follow my lure up. Let's see, let me see if I can get him to hit it again. He's sitting right here, I think. Yep, there. What is that? Is that a red? Yeah, that's him. He came back and hit it. Awesome. I seen him sitting right there. This is a better one. This is a much better one. he followed it up and then he turned around and ended up he swam away, so I threw back out there and got him. Oh yeah, that's a better red. This is a better red. That was awesome. Trying not to force them. I don't like to force fish in because you can pull the hook, but it's nice to get, as long as you can revive them right. There we go. There we go. Another nice fish. Another nice one. All right. I'll go ahead and drop the anchor on this one. Make it a lot easier. All right, gonna get this guy up out of the net real quick. Get a good look at him. All right, another nice red right there. Yeah, another nice one. Got a spoon right there in his mouth. Beautiful fish, beautiful fish. These redfish are my favorite fish to catch. Hook out. All right, now look at him right there. I'll go ahead and let him go. Just like a quick tip too, I've seen a lot of people release like snook and fish like that, and I've seen some people like do the back and forth. That's actually not good for the fish at all. When you go back and forth, you're pushing water up its gills the wrong way. You should just sit there, hold its tail, and just, you know, just do like a little wobble motion. Let him kind of wobble on his own. Don't do forward, backwards. That's actually not good for him at all. It'll actually take longer to revive him like that. You just let him sit there and let him do his thing. Just hold his tail, sit there, you know, just wiggle him like this from side to side, because when a fish swims, they swim with their tail from side to side, and the water actually goes through their gills. So that back and forth thing, it's not really good for the fish. But it's another nice fish right there. That's 2 reds. I've hooked 3 reds, landed 2 reds, got 1 snook and a bunch of trout. So far, it's been a great day at this new spot, and like I said, it's showing that my planning is paying off. I think I'm at another jack. Yeah, it's another jack. Watch him hit this one too. Thing is, I don't know how many times I've hooked into a jack and tighten down on the drag to get them in, and I forget to these things are so slimy. I forget to loosen the drag back up, and they I hook into like a snook or a redfish, and it being too tight. All right, well, Rick's gonna stay out a little bit longer. Whenever he ended up coming, because it got real shallow and he came back up this way, he ended up getting to like 1 or 2 more snook and then a couple more trout. So he's gonna go fish some docks. Like I said, he'll stay out there till 3-4 o'clock. he's a trooper. But just said my see you laters to him, and I'm gonna start working my way back. Like I said, the wind's coming directly from over here, so it being at my side isn't that bad at all. It's not too hard to paddle. I might fish a that long of a paddle and that much wind deserves one more cast, right? All right. Ended up getting one of my last casts. I accidentally hit the button and it shut off. There you go. Last cast. Got a nice little trout right at the ramp. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video. So it turned out to be a really good day out there today. I know, for me at least, I hooked 3 reds, landed 2. I ended up landing 1 snook, and then I lost count of trout. But the trout that I was catching was, I mean, just nice size. They were thick, they were fat, they were, I mean, they put on some pretty good fights. And I even caught a couple jack, but I mean, all the trout I caught, perfect size to bring home. But it was a great day. You know, yesterday I was kind of going over maps, and then last night before I went to bed I sat down and, you know, I really, and that's the thing, is I really do enjoy, you know, that Smarts Fishing app. So if I can say one thing about Salt Strong, is that Smart Fishing app is, it's great. It really is. And I pretty much just locked down. I didn't use the hot spots function. You're allowed to turn that off, because last time I was using it, I found myself just following those spots, and actually the spots that I did catch fish in weren't even lit up, because I'll turn it on just to see, you know, how my plan matches that and compare. But the spots I caught fishing today weren't even lit up on their little map. So that function of it is a hit or miss. I wouldn't base it off of that at all. 9% of the time I just leave that off when I'm planning, and then when I get done with my plan, I'll turn it on just to see like what their spots say versus the spots I pick. But I really like they have the 1 foot depth contour lines, and that actually helped me out a lot whenever I plan this trip for today. Normally when I'm using a Google map or any other map, it doesn't show the depth of the water, and those contour lines were actually pretty accurate. So having that helped me out a lot. So I'm really glad that I have that back now. I mean, and then just the high res filter that they have on it is amazing. So like I said, I don't use their baits, I don't use their discount, you know, I don't really do any of the courses. I'll watch their YouTube videos and I'll listen to their podcasts and stuff like that, but as far as like the courses, I don't really do like I said, I don't use their discount at all. I get all my baits from the same place I always do, just because I use Z-Man. You know, I've tried using their baits, and you know, like their Fred color, it's an amazing color. I really like that color, but they don't hold up. They don't last at all. So that's why my main reason for sticking with Z-Man is just the durability of them. I mean, I didn't have to change out one of my baits today, and I've caught a ton of fish. I didn't have to switch out one. You know, if I was using one of those other baits, I probably would have had to change, you know, 2, 3, 4 baits along the day. But yeah, so I mean, my main reason getting it back was for that Smarts Fishing app. I really did miss having it. All the tides, the weather, everything is in that one area, and I don't have to go to a weather app, then go to a tide app, then go to this app. I mean, everything's right there, so it's real convenient to have. But I used that to plan my trip out today. I followed my trip to the T. I mean, I didn't have to really divert one time, except for there was one time where I was on the water and I was going to go a little further, then cut over on the flat. I didn't realize that that was fully out of the water. So that's the only thing, is I just cut in before I originally planned on. That's the only thing I had to do different. Other than that, I followed my plan to the T, and I ended up catching some really nice fish today. And it was just all around great day. I got to get out there with Rick, which he's still out there fishing. He'll fish till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I mean, he will definitely fish his heart out there, and he's gonna try to get that redfish, and I really hope he does. You know, every time he comes out, he learns something new. And I mean, we got out there, and within, you know, his second, third cast, he was catching fish. And I mean, it was just a great day for both of us. I know he caught like 3 or 4 snook, and then at least 15 to 18 trout whenever I left. So I know he caught quite a few fish out there also. But besides the wind, like I said, it was a really great day. Caught a lot of fish, and once I got out of that wind, I mean, I was catching a lot of nice fish. And even before I got out of my kayak, you know, I made the decision to get out of my kayak, and I think that really helped me a lot. You know, I'm gonna start wade fishing a lot during this time of year, just because of the fact that I can't just, you know, have a pedal drive and just stay in one spot by working pedals. You know, I have to paddle, then put my paddle down, and then cast. And usually I'm only able to get like 2 or 3 casts in this wind before I have to paddle back into my spot. So getting out and wading makes it a lot more easy for me, especially being in a paddle kayak. But like I said, great day out there. The only suggestion I'd make really about going, if you was to go in that area, is you do cross a main channel, and it's a very wide main channel, and there's a lot of boat traffic. I don't know if you can see toward the end there, whenever I was crossing, there was a lot of boats driving by. Well, that's nothing compared to the weekend. On the weekend, on a Saturday or a Sunday, if you get out there early enough, you'll beat that. But on the way in, it's terrible. I mean, I don't know if I'd go out there on a Saturday or Sunday. I mean, if I did, I'd definitely use a lot of caution. But then if a boat puts up any wake at all, like near you, which happened a couple times with me, just make sure the nose of your kayak hits that wave like head on. Because if so, I mean, your kayak will come up and then splash down and go into the wave, but if it catches you on the side, it can definitely roll you over. So just be mindful whenever you are crossing a channel, any main channel, not just that one. If a boat goes by, throws off a wake, or there's any chop, keep the nose of your kayak into that wave or into that chop, because that'll definitely save you from rolling over and losing a lot of tackle or even your life. But other than that, you know, I parked at Eldred's. It was a really far paddle, and it was really windy. It's $10 to park at Eldred's. You know, they're really nice people. I love that bait shop. They're really nice people, and you know, I've never had any issues with Eldred's ever. So it's $10 to park there. I used the kayak launch on the backside. I never used the boat launch. You could park at the county launch and pay by hour. It's cheaper, but that county launch gets so busy, it's not worth it to me. But I'm looking around trying to find a closer kayak launch to where I was fishing today, and I think I found one. After I left, I went and I checked it out to see if it was open, and I think I did find a new kayak launch to use for that area, and that would save me probably about a half a mile of paddling. So, and it would be easier if it was this windy of a day again. Be less of a paddle and give me a lot more protection. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification down at the bottom so you know if I want to post a new video. And remember guys, it's always time for one more cast. I'll see you later.